Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we're back with the final faction team, the Maulers. We are on 24-27, so almost halfway through chapter 24. Go ahead and look at the team really quick. We do have Sophia, which is maxed out signature item 30. We have Scrag, who is 3 stars. Verk, which is 2 stars, max signature item. We have Warwick at 2 stars, Nemitsu at 2 stars, K-Sauce at 1 star, and then we did unlock Anoki, which we're really hoping that we can get a couple more copies of him, because we have to decide at this point who we're going to take to the next plus 30 signature item. And right now we're just kind of holding, because most of our heroes, Screg is at 20, Warwick is at 20, K-Sauce is at 20, and then Nemitsu is still at 10 as our only support for the Mauler team. So let's go ahead and get into the summons real quick. So we'll do our soul stones, which we do have one. Get a copy. Look at that, Anoki. Anoki, however you say it, but we got a second copy. If we can pull 2 more copies, which probably not, but if we could pull 2 more, we could actually get him to Legendary Plus and possibly even up a little bit higher. So very cool. We do have 16 rare stones here. As you can see, quite a bit of fodder. So as we get into our actual summons, we have 24 scrolls, 13,000 diamonds, and I believe we have 1 Stargazer, which again, still going for Taylene. She is going to be the hero, the focus on the faction accounts. So we'll go ahead and just knock that out of the way real quick, just because likely we're not going to get a copy, which unfortunately we don't, but we did get a Mauler rare, which is good, as well as some 24-hour EXP. So let's go ahead and get into the summons here. And again, hoping to pull a couple more copies of Anoki, which we got elite right off the bat, which is Anoki. Another one, another Anoki. Holy cow, we're 2 for 2 on him. Check the wish list really quick, which Anoki, he is the 4th slot, as well as Scrag, K-Sauce, Verk, and Skirath, who we're trying to get. That's kind of crazy. I'm feeling lucky. We need 1. We need 1 copy of Anoki and some more fodder. So as long as we can get a little more fodder, and there we go. There he is at Elite Plus. Very cool hero. I cannot wait to see him. I want to build him really bad. I'm hoping with our other 13,000 gems, and we might get a card out of this. Not sure if we'll have enough, but we just need 1 more copy, and we should be able to get him up. And another elite there, which is a copy of Lucius. So definitely going with the light bearer tank there. Not many rare cards on that pull. We do have 2 more. All right, so it's looking pretty slim. We're going to be a little bit short of another one, but we do have an elite there. There's no way it could be an Oki. It is Belinda. So we got another copy of Belinda. So essentially at this point, we did get 20 more chests and some more emblems. All the heroes are sitting kind of where they're at. I'm not sure if we have enough in the barracks for a stone. Little bit short on that one. We did buy our fodder hero there, and then just kind of waiting for some more stones. As you guys have seen, the daily labyrinth is in full effect, which is absolutely crazy because we have multiple accounts to run it on. So it does take a very time consuming, and I'm just opening these. That way we have a little bit more, which I thought that would give us enough diamonds for another summons, which a little bit short there. But we want to level up the resonating crystal like we always do, taking us to 252. As we continue, we have almost 600 million experience, so we'll be able to add a couple more levels here. So there is 253, 254, and I think that's all of the essence we had. Nope, we still have a little more, so 255 already. And it does seem like we're leveling up pretty quick, but it does take a significant amount of time, especially with the hero essence. Usually it's the EXP that you're locked, but as of now, we're on the hero experience just because we've been leveling up heroes here so fast. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a quick look through the Mauler account. Again, we have Anoki up, so we definitely want to build him. We've got a couple more copies of the Spider Queen. And we are just 1 copy shy to get him up. I know we did level up Skirath as well, which he is at Legendary Plus, just waiting for some more copies so we can use Skirath. Anoki, there's his other copy. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to use, I'm thinking we'll just use some copies of the Spider Queen because I know we do have some more fodder down the road just to get him to Legendary. So he is at 255 at legendary. So very, very cool. Again, a hero that I want to build. Usually I will just park them here and just wait for other heroes, but we only need one copy of him, and we are going to go ahead and build him to Legendary Plus, get him a little bit of food, get him up to Mythic, unlock the signature item is ideal, and then we'll go from there. So looking here at the Light Bearers, which we do have Rowan all the way up, still waiting on copies of Lucius and Belinda to get them up to Ascended. Here we already have, as you can see, Leica at 3 stars as well as Kaz. Kaz, again, is another hero that I build just because it's a off faction for this account, so it's a hero we're not actually going to use, as well as Saurus. We have been building on our accounts. That way we have them for overall boss damage, so we can actually increase our boss damage significantly and hopefully pull some more gold and some more coins out of there. Graveborn team, we got quite a few copies of Torn, but we do have Kelthar and Nara already Ascended, which again, on this account, I've never used Kelthar on any of my accounts. That is why I built him on here, just to really see what he does and how well he performs. Torn, I would like to build as well. I've been pretty lucky. As you can see, I've pulled 3 copies of him, pulled 3 copies of Anoki. Still waiting on more copies of Taylene, as well as some other heroes to go ahead and progress them up. And I'm wondering if here we'll pull a couple diamonds. A rare card. We need the 80 for the diamond, so just a little bit short of pulling. I was hoping we could do maybe one more summons, but let's go ahead and look at the heroes themselves. So Sophia is almost completely maxed out. Do need to switch up some of her faction gear as well as most of the other heroes. So we'll go to reset for Screg here, hoping that we get the Maulers, which we do not. It goes Graveborn, so we'll actually stay with this one just because of Aziz. So if we ever do use it for Aziz, we can go ahead and level him up a little bit, which I believe we have some more T1 stones. So Screg, we will go ahead, and we do have 2 of them. Go ahead and add, and if you see, it goes from 20,000 hit points to 38 and 720 to 1,600 defense. So an absolute huge increase to Screg, and we will do the same, I believe, for Warwick. We have his weapon. We'll go ahead and strengthen it. So adding attack, look at 150 to 1,500 defense, 50 accuracy, and physical resistance. So very, very cool to get the weapon up. Even though it's not faction specific, as we go ahead and build their gear, we've been swapping it around. And even if I swap this out for my light bearer tanks to run the faction towers, I do have the gear, is why I've went ahead and enhanced most of the gear. So strengthening items, the only one that we have at this point is Nemitsu, which not sure about increasing the health of his totems because he has a 40% increase and 100%, but he's still sitting right here. And I think right now I'm just going to sit on the emblems because we actually have enough. If we do get Anoki and we do get him up to Mythic, we can get him to signature, his signature item to plus 20 right off the bat, what would be absolutely phenomenal, especially just at Mythic, because his signature item, very, very powerful, raises Anoki's attack rating by 4 for every non-summoned ally that is standing near him, and raises defense by 10% for every enemy. So very, very powerful signature item. So we're on 24-27. So overall, we did not really make that many advancements on the account, short of adding levels. I mean, we did add quite a few levels. So we'll go ahead and we'll drop Nemitsu in. And out of the campaign, it seems like Nemitsu is doing a lot better than what Kaisos does, even though Kaisos does a significant higher amount of damage. It seems like for overall team survivability that Nemitsu is very, very tough to beat, just because the enemies target his totems. And that's where I'm not sure if the 40% increase in totems would have that big of an effect. It might be kind of the game changer for him, but only time will tell to see what we can do with these heroes and how far. Like I said, Anoki, because Warwick dies really, really quick. Screg does usually survive a significant amount of time, but as you can see, Warwick still goes down really, really quick, just like Almas, just like a couple other heroes. They have a tendency to die really quick. So our first boss stage, 24-28. Again, we do have the totems up. As soon as the totems go up, they just absolutely wrecked the totems. As you can see here, the Maulers are kind of struggling again when it comes to the overall survivability. And even both of Nimitsu's totems, the defensive totem in the front and the totem in the back, just gets destroyed right off the bat. So we're going to have to swap K-Sauce in to see if the throwing axe ability, see if we can pull a little bit luck, because this team is just kind of getting demolished, but Verk's ult right there makes a big, big difference to get the win on our first boss stage. 8 million damage, so literally almost no one did any damage except him. So an easy Verk carry at 8 million damage there, which is absolutely crazy. 24-29. And again, it really comes back to the tanks, because if we can get Warwick scaling, he does very, very well. But overall, if he does not, he drops very easy. As you can see there, usually he doesn't even get up to 3 stacks. If you've noticed through most of the battles, he does cast a little shield on himself, which you'll see it actually pop up here in a second. And there's one teddy bear that he's got up, still hasn't cast his shield yet. And that's actually Nimitsu's shield from his Elder Tree. So we got up to 3 teddy bears, but again, still never casted a shield at this point. And I think that's where kind of his survivability is dropping off, because he does cast a shield on himself. Let's see if we can see it this time. He gets his one little teddy bear up. Then again, 2 little teddy bears and he goes down. So overall, he's not getting a shield, and this is going to be, oh, Leica didn't get to ult. That was very, very close. If Leica would have ulted, most of the time she'll take out the entire team. But we did get through that 24-32. And as you've seen, we are just behind the Wilder team at this point. They're literally, I think, 2 stages ahead of us. Which overall with this team, again, there was Leica's ult. Leica's ult with the defense reduction just does an absolute insane amount of damage. But we did get totems behind Leica, so she's actually turned right around, which we took her out pretty easy there. As long as we have Screg still up, very, very easy to get that stage down. So we are, 3 stages behind the Wilder team. And again, Brutus, Savia's combo in the bottom. But Screg does have the healing chalice, as you can see, as well as picking up a little bit of hit points from Nimitsu's totems, which is the biggest thing when it comes to his overall healing. It doesn't really perform that much healing. As you can see, I'm not sure if specifically he was healing Screg in there, but 500k, when most of the healings is significantly more. So I'm just trying to decide at this point if Nimitsu is going to be worth increasing the life of his totems, or if it's going to be worth it just to save. Because I'm not sure. I think he'd work pretty well even with Anoki being in there. But with Anoki being a very solid tank, I think K-Sauce's damage would also do really, really well in there. So only time will tell. We'll see when we get Anoki up on who we're going to build next, is what I'm thinking. Because the Maulers are a very tough faction. Because most of the factions have several heroes that do really, really well. Light Bears, you have a couple really solid heroes that kind of bring the flexibility, especially with the support classes, to a bunch of different heroes. Maulers, you have heroes that are good or decently good, and then you have a lot of heroes that are kind of bad. So even here we had the chance to do between Warwick and Brutus. We did go with Warwick, as you remember, so long ago, just because Brutus we have seen, and a lot of people run Brutus. So I did want to see, a lot of people said once you get him to 240, he is absolutely unstoppable, which as you can see here at 250 plus, he's very, very stoppable. Even with his signature item being at plus 20. Plus 30 just increases his damage, which might make a big difference when it comes to the life leech ability. If he's putting up more damage. But again, 1, 2, usually 3 hits, and he is down. It's very, very easy. We can swap K-Sauce. If we do lose this one, we'll swap K-Sauce in and see what he can do. But again, swapping K-Sauce in, even with the life leech ability, it does not bring any more survivability for the heroes. Even their work drops super, super easy. And I know K-Sauce does quite a bit of damage there, but still just gets completely bullied right to the ground. So I'm hoping we can get this one down. There's the throwing axe ability, which we've got 2 throwing axes. Doesn't even seem like he's doing much damage at all, even with a double throwing axe there. 1.8. He did 500k with double throwing axes. So again, not doing that much. And the life leech ability, as you can see, even if you're healing for 7 to 10k, we're getting hit for 200k. So again, the life leech ability doesn't really have much of an effect on this at all. But let's go ahead and swap Nemitsu in, and we'll go ahead and swap the tanks up. Maybe Warwick versus Warwick will help us a little bit more, just because Scrag has a little more survivability. I'm hoping we can get an early ult from Verk. This one's looking a lot better, swapping up the tanks. And look at Verk just run through everybody. But Verk is still up, Warwick is still up. It's going to be close. No, we cannot get it done. All right, we'll give this one a couple more tries, because we are just getting demolished here. Even with the amount of hit points in the defense rating of Golas, it's very, very tough to get through. And Warwick is just unstoppable. Even though we don't have the CC, we are just getting absolutely destroyed here. So we can grab the gear off Warwick, and I'm thinking just swap in Anoki and see how he does. Just to give him a fair shot. I'm sure he's just going to get run right over, but I would definitely like to test him. Just because he is such a cool looking hero, and his skill set is just absolutely crazy. Which this one, if we can get some scatter bolts from Sophia, we might be able to get this one down, but we still have Tassie up. It's going to be tough. Still suffered a defeat. All right, let's go ahead and swap out Warwick, and we'll see just how good, if he can do anything. That was weird. Even when I removed his gear, it didn't increase any of his attributes. I wonder if that's just a bug. 304, there we go. All right, so let's see without Warwick. Let's go ahead and drop him in. I'm assuming he's just going to get absolutely run over is my thought, especially facing Warwick. But he does pop the shield. He does pop the aura. And even there, just not high enough. Even though leveled high enough, skill set high enough, definitely needs a lot more survivability, especially with his signature item. But always willing to give him a fair go. Because on paper, he is super, super strong. I just want to build him. One more copy is all that we needed. All right, so that'll conclude it for the Mauler team. Even though we didn't make very much progress, we did get through 2 boss stages, and we are tied with the Wilders at this point. So we are both at the exact same stage, 24-36, as where we were stuck. So let's go ahead and collect up our loot here. So we did kill 2 boss stages there, so over 3,000 diamonds at this point. We'll go ahead and save up our scrolls. Fingers crossed we get another copy of Anoki the next time that we run the Maulers next week. So let me know in the comments below what you think. If you've built Anoki, let me know how he is. Like I said, if we get one more copy, we can sacrifice some food. Go ahead and get him to Mythic. That way we can get a signature item to +20, and we can really start running him even at Mythic in this group. And I think he will do really, really well. So again, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are running Anoki at this point. We did get a T1 stone and 2 red chests. Very, very cool. So have a good night. Be safe. Thank you for watching.